Hello, guys and girls. Welcome to another episode of Jokesters Plays FTB Unstable. Today, we've got an action-packed episode for you. We have all kinds of stuff ready for us to start. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to pull these out of my inventory. And I want to make some dimensional transceivers. So, we need everything. We have everything already pre-made except for the Ender Crystal. Ender Crystal is a soul of an Enderman and a vibrant crystal. You've seen in here that we've been collecting Enderman souls, so I have 3 of them. So let me get those guys started. I built the soul binder here, and so we want to put this in there and one of those in there, and we're going to need 10 levels. So let's go get 10 levels. I want to show this. I didn't do this off camera because I want to show you what's involved in doing this. So we've got, as that works up, it's pretty quick. We have several different mechanisms for transferring power. One of them is these dimensional transceivers. In my opinion, they're a lot more expensive than the other mechanism, which is, let me get this guy started here, and then I'll bring it up in JEI so you can see. All right, the other one is a power cell, and that's really cool. That's the RF tools, and it's really just some prismarine, which we can actually get from our mana pool by throwing in some nether quartz. But otherwise, it's pretty inexpensive. The machine frame we know is pretty inexpensive, so that's a lot different than all of these expensive stuff. But the cool thing about this, that was the wrong keys. The cool thing about this is that it transfers inventory as well, or items as well as power, whereas the power cell only transfers power. So they're both great. It's just this one's a little bit more capable, and we've got the resources, so I wanted to go ahead with this. So, dimensional transceiver. So we're going to make 3 of these guys. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, you notice I removed the capacitor up there. I built 3 more over here, and I still have 1 in my bag, but I built 3 more, so now we're up to 75 million. I've got plenty of ender pearls now, and that was what was really holding us back, and so now we've got tons of capacity. But you see we've got this ugly wire, so I want to do something about that. So first thing I'm going to do is pop one of these guys in there. Let's go in here and configure it. You see it's receiving energy from it, from the solar array up there. We're going to create something. I've already just kind of played around with this. So let's call this solar power. All right. And let's go ahead and say we're going to send that. So anything that comes in here is going to send that out. This would be the tab for any items that we want to send back and forth. And in this case, we don't have any items to send back and forth here. If I were to place the other one over here, let's see, shift. All right. And then we want to tell it to receive solar power. Then I think I can just delete this. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay, so we receive power down here, and that will now be putting the output in here. But you notice this is doing some weird things. There's a loop that's going on here. So what I notice is that, let me rearrange this here. This is bothering me. All right, that's from when I dropped it. So the loop, I believe, is occurring from this guy. All right, and see how now that has shut down, and so that's no longer happening. So what will happen is it gets sent into here, right? It wirelessly comes over here, feeds this guy, and then gets sent out that wire. So very cool. Now we can remove this guy, and that will now be feeding our base. Now that kind of resolves. This is producing, I think, roughly around 1100. The item conduits, if you look at them, they only transfer 640 RF per tick. So that frees up that bottleneck. We are only getting a limited amount. In theory, this line here can be replaced as well, with higher speed. But frankly, these machines don't quite need it. If we were to hook up our builder block to our main power, which I purposely haven't done yet because I don't want to come back and my base is just empty of power. So so that's purposely why I kept it on its own enclosed system, and it can be running as long as it wants. Looks like I'm full up on my storage drawers now, and I'll have to do something about that, but not a problem. I'll just go add upgrades to those storage drawers, or just put a void upgrade if I think I have enough. So I've already added a upgrade to the tin one, which is, yeah, this one. That's the one I was looking at. So let me show you that. I'm having all kinds of problems with that bag. So I've already added a diamond upgrade for that. So the okay, so we've got that power, but you notice I have one extra, and that's because we've got another project that we want to work on. So the next project we want to work on is for this guy. All right, so the first thing I want to do is, let me throw this away here. All right, so the next thing we want to work on is putting this one spawner that I have. I found this at the stronghold. So we'll take that guy. We'll put a wither skeleton in here. It's going to need 15 levels. All right, and let's put that in here. All right, that's going to be a lot longer, as you can see, progress. But in the meantime, oh, and you notice that the power is draining quite readily. So there's not much I can do for that unless I were to upgrade that line. And, you know, we'll get to that. I'm not in any hurry right now. So the other thing I wanted to show you is I have been a busy little beaver. And I made this room down here. Cha-ching! So this room is going to be probably for my storage. I'm going to be pursuing a better storage solution, and I might do something about these. These are the blood magic lights and so on. So it's kind of twinkly in here. I don't know if I really like it or not, but this is these are just, you know, chiseled basalt in here. This is just laboratory blocks. Laboratory blocks are made, and the various kinds, right? These are all different laboratory blocks, and they're all just made with stone around one piece of quartz, so it's pretty easy to make. So this glass, though, it's pretty cool glass. You basically double tint the glass with you know, with any black tint. The problem I have with it is you break it and it disappears. You need silk touch, and we haven't done silk touch yet. I mean, I can get it fairly easily, but this is too high. As we know, we're creating this thing up here for wither skeletons. The wither skeletons are 3 high, so we should be okay. The other thing we're going to need for this is we're going to need a spawner. And so we make our blank spawner here, and that requires all of this, and I've got everything. Cool. Couple that with the dimensional transceiver, and we'll be able to power that off of our main base power over here. So, should be just about finished. We're getting close. So let's go ahead and put that down here. And we will put that right in the middle of the room. That's the middle, yep. Okay, and then I can do this anyway. I can put it underneath, but I want to have accessibility to it. So we're going to have to configure this to receive from our main solar power. And, okay, interesting. Why isn't it working? Odd. Always active. Let's break it and put it back down. Let's try it right there. Odd indeed. Obviously can't sell it. Why isn't that thing glowing? It's supposed to glow. Remove. Add it to receive. Yes, that's the way it's supposed to be. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, now I'm confused. Let's take it back upstairs. Is it something in that room? Maybe try it here. Okay, this is totally bugged. It's gotta be. These guys are working. I've got power. Can I put it next to it? Yes, that works fine right there. Okay, now if I put it down here. Okay, it needed to be jump-started? That's really odd. Really, really odd. Okay, so back down here. Put it back in here. And this guy probably has to be told to output on the bottom. Oh no, that's items, so that won't work, or that won't matter. This guy down here. Okay. I thought that was going to actually work with... Yeah. I'm going to leave that... Again, why is that being weird? I mean, I've done this before with just capacitor banks. I mean, we'll try to pull there, but that's not getting any power either. Odd. Okay, we'll add a conduit. Let's add this guy here. Oh, I need two. One to go up, one to go over. All right, is that getting power? Oh my gosh, is this guy bugged out too? Huh. Okay, seriously, what is happening with this pack? Let's take it back upstairs. Maybe there's bad juju in that room. It knows what's going to happen. Can I put it there? Yes, that's getting power. Seriously, what's going on, guys? If you have any idea, let me know in the comments, because I've never seen this before, ever. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, that makes sense. Active without signal, that's the way I like it. All right. Oh, gosh, that was just scratching my head. That was just me derping. Okay, that makes more sense, and it's still filling up. Whew. Okay, let's put this back on top. Now, you guys did see the weirdness of the dimensional transceivers. That was not me. That was just something that all of us run into. Okay, let's grab this guy here. We now have a wither skeleton here. Cool. And let's grab this guy, because we need to combine this in an anvil. This one first, I believe. Yep. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, and pick those back up. That guy. All right. Now we have our wither skeleton spawner. Cool. Okay, so we'll probably throw a switch on this, but in fact, a lever. In fact, let's go make one. Did I really put one in here? I swear I was going to, just so I wouldn't have to do this, but of course not. Lever. Awesome. Oh, not uses, that one. Thank you. And I'm going to put one in my bag. I'm going to do it. Right over here. No, that's where my lever goes. Right there. Okay. Cool. Hi, guys. And you see they can't get out. Now, the other thing is that I don't have... so I made this cleaver. It already has beheading 2 on it. But of all the things all the wither skeletons I've fought, I haven't gotten many heads. And I think I might want to put more wither heads, or more on there. All right. Active without signal. Am I... Okay, seriously, you stopped again? This is active without signal. This is active without signal. I will go to always active. That ran out. Because, is this guy here? Why are these things acting so weird? Always active. I am so confused. Send receive buffer, local buffer. I can't imagine it's actually using more than 1100 by default, and it's not. It's still stuck there. All right, this is so derpy. Not on my part, on its part. So do I have a loop going here again? Clearly. Okay, I think I know what's going on. So it was receiving from here, but also set to receive here. Okay, so if we were to put this here and then say disabled on that side, but I still want to be able to Yeah, I mean, I want to... This is all items, so this won't make a difference. Oh, man. That's filtering. Input, output. I guess that it's this loop here. I mean, I could just do this and it will just take power in from upstairs. Why can't I have the best of both worlds? I should be able to have that, right? And this guy should be filling up. So clearly it was the loop. Hi, guys. I know. All right. Well, I'll work on that. Give me a think about it first. All right. So we did get 2 heads. So that's not bad. But that's not what we want to do. We don't want to sit here and kill them without any extra stuff. So let's go up here. Now, I want to get into soul shards. So soul shards, these guys right here. Now, there's no recipe in... so they have different tiers. So let me explain soul shards. So what soul shards are is you make one of these. There's no recipe in here. They just say there's a structure, and so you pretty much have to either figure it out or look it up. And you're never going to figure it out. But there's so when you create one of these, let me just go ahead and do this, and we'll be able to see what it looks like. So let's see. Do I have the stuff on me? I thought I did. Yes, I do. So let's create one of these. And let me clean up some of this inventory here. And all right. Okay, so the way this works is you have, well, basically you put, thought I grabbed a glowstone. All right, so, yeah, we're going to want this glowstone. You put the glowstone down in the middle. You wrap it with these obsidian, and then you put these guys right here. So that's the pattern, okay? I'll pause here for a screenshot in case you need it. So what you do is you just toss a diamond in there, or sorry, right-click it with a diamond, and boom, you're left with a soul shard. Now, the other thing we need is if we look in here, we need this this weapon here, and it's vile sword. We need the vile sword, and that requires these corrupted ingots and a stick. So the corrupted ingots are made with vile dust and corrupted essence and a bit of iron. So we need 2 of those. Each one requires 4 of each of these, and so we need 8 total. How you make these is the corrupted essence you make like this. All right. With the vile dust, you just smelt soul sand. So we are going to do the soul sand. Grab this stuff in here. All right, we smelt that. Running through this stuff with these transceivers, man, I'm really running through the energetic alloy and the vibrant alloy, and the pearls. I don't care about those, renewable. So I gotta decide what I want to do with. I guess I can throw them in here for right now. And wither skeletons, I don't have a place to store those yet. These drops of evil are pretty cool. Do I already have drops of evil? Yes, I do, right in there. All right. And necrotic bones as well, and stone sword we don't care about. Okay, those guys should be done smelting by now. Yes, we have 8 vile dust. So let's go over here, and we want to make this. Wait, do I have all those? I thought I pulled those out. Oh yeah, I put them back. Yeah, not a problem. So here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like, and that should be it. Should be everything I need to create 2 of those. Okay, and then we can create this, and we have a vile sword. Now, the way this works is whatever item, move these around a little bit, whatever mob, sorry, not whatever item, whatever mob you kill with this sword will bind it to this soul shard. So you'll notice it's not bound yet until we kill one. And now it's bound to a wither skeleton. So what this is a spawner. It's actually a free spawner without any power or anything. And so we have to sit here and kill various amounts of mobs. Let me just kill a few of these here. Okay, so we have now killed 16 of these guys. There's multiple tiers. If you look at the here, there's 0, that's the one we made. First tier, when you get to 64 kills, you get up to tier 4. When you get to 128 kills, you get to tier 2. And these tiers, what they mean is that they will spawn mobs faster and more of them for each of the tiers. There's also other things like you can replace them when you get to the highest tier, which is 1,024 kills. It spawns super fast, and you can replace the mob type with a different type without having to go through and killing 1,024 guys. So there is another enchant in here called Soul Stealer. And so Soul Stealer, you see here, is a enchanted book. And if you look at the recipe for it, it actually doesn't show you in here. It's found in dungeon chests and fairly rare. Now, Botania's got a really cool way of doing it. It's they've got a flower that will generate dungeon drops from using mana. And it uses a lot, extreme mana, as the book says. So that's one way of getting it. But you can also get it from enchanting. And so you might have noticed in the opening segment, as well as right here, is that I've got an enchanting table. And what I did was I created a whole bunch of gold swords, and because they're highly enchantable. And so what I did was I created a whole bunch of these, and you see where the empty slots are here, and this one is I combined them together. I mean, those were the ones that had Soul Stealer on it. And I used swords instead of books because that limits the amount of enchants that can actually go on a sword, and therefore my chances of getting them are greater. I'd have to run through, I don't know, 4 or 5 times as many books in order to get the same amount. So I did that on here, and so I combined all these swords with a whole bunch of experience. And these are all the other miscellaneous, like XP boost and knockback and sharpness. You know, sometimes you get multiple enchants. And so I combined all of them, and I worked my way all the way up to Soul Stealer 5. I also then threw, because it's gold and we know that it doesn't last very long, I threw Unbreaking 3 on there because we can do that really easy with enchant. And I threw Mending. In case you didn't know, you can do Mending in here. And so if we look at the recipes, this guy right here, this Mending, just takes an experience rod, 23 levels, and 15 lapis. The experience rod is so easy. Solarium and energetic alloy. It's really easy to do. So I highly recommend putting Mending on any device that it can, and it just uses your experience to mend it. So we're going to use this sword instead of this Vile Sword, because while this gives one soul per kill, this guy here will give 6. So it's 1 for the, by default, and then 5 more levels gives us a total of 6. So I'm going to sit here and kill these guys for quite some time until we get up. And let me just finish this, these 2 guys here. All right. And see how the sword is all the way full again? It's because that I have Mending on here. So now if we look, that's already up to 52. So it's going to get it to me significantly faster. So let me spend some time here, and I'm going to kill a whole bunch of these mobs and build this up to maybe tier 1, maybe tier 2. Well, I don't know. We'll see. All right, be right back. All right, we are back. And I now have a tier 5 soul shard. And it didn't go too bad. It really wasn't too bad. Of course, I ended up with this guy already, all repaired, right? Mending works wonderful. The other thing is, you notice these guys are starting to wear down. That's because, look at my Fierce Strike. It's level 4 now. Remember, I had the training bracelet of Fierce Strike. So what I did was I removed that. I said that's good enough for Fierce Strike. That adds damage. And so I also wanted Tough Skin, which makes me more durable, take less damage from hits. And so I just stood there and let them beat on me. And I got that after like 2 hits. I went outside. Remember my my ritual out there. I reactivated, stepped on there, pulled everything off, created myself another training bracelet with that tough skin on there, put it in my inventory, and then stood there and let them beat on me, and I got up to tough skin 4. But I was kind of getting low on these, and I'll show you how to upgrade these, or I mean repair these. It's just well, short answer is let's see, it's the reagent. Which one is it? It's this one, not the lava, the mining. All right, let's look up the living armor. I can't remember. I can't tell off this guy right here. It's a binding reagent, right? You just add a couple of these. It's sometimes, you know, it's just like you're repairing a whatever. You add that in the what do you call it? In the anvil. All right. So the other update I wanted to give you is, yeah, I just guess I didn't realize how this worked when having multiple ins and outs. So what I want is this guy to output to here, this guy to output to here, and also input back down to there. So I have to create 2. Okay, so it receives on solar power and it sends it into the capacitor, and then it sends back out on mob spawner, and then the mob spawner gets that. So okay, I figured that out. That was just me not knowing all the subtleties. The other thing is I was getting so much trash, so I put a trash can in here, and I also brought this guy down here for when they were beating on me, and so you can see I've got the repair now. So the other thing is I have now, I ended up getting 18 wither skeletons, but I did find 2 that I already had. And then I got a whole stack of drop of evils, a whole stack of these withered ribs, a whole stack of these necrotic bones, and I've been throwing them away ever since. So yeah, that's a lot. Okay, last thing we want to do is this soul cage. All right, let's make that. Okay, let's go downstairs and let me show you why we did this. Okay, so you saw all of this and the expense of this and the power it's used. And I don't know if you noticed, so I threw in a double layer capacitor because octadic capacitor is expensive in terms of power. And it was slowly draining my power. You know, it was working through that 75 million, so crazy. All right, let me show you what this is like. If I do that, now I don't want to put this in yet because we need something. Now, there is a couple of different ways it's supposed to work with a lever. Watch this. I've got a lever. It's supposed to work with a lever. It hasn't in the past. So I don't know if they fixed it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lever on here and we'll see. And if not, we'll have the ability to drop a block of redstone down in here. We put that in there and see if that works. That might actually work. All right, good. Looks like they fixed that. So before we had to use a piston and a block of redstone to disable it. So let's enable that and watch this. So this is all free. Okay, look how many are in there now. Is this not nuts? I mean, you can't even see in there now. It is absolutely insane. I'm going to hit these as fast as I can. Let me slow down a little bit and try to one-hit them. I don't think I'm going to be able to to get back in there and shut this off. So, or I'll just force my way in there. Let's see. Can I get in here? Come on, guys, let me in here. Oh, I can't see anything. Oh my gosh. Ah. Whew. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, we should probably have a remote way of turning this on and off. See if I can carve a way in there. All right, guys. Well, we're pretty much at the wrapping up point. It's going to be a while to try to clean up. Let me try to get in there again. One more time. I'm hitting the right mouse button. I don't know if I hit it. All right, can we fly above them? Yeah, let's drag them all over here. Okay, come on over here, guys. Got it. Okay. Whew. Now I can clean it up. I'm not too worried about dying because I've got really good armor. I can't get out of here. And my regeneration is right there. So, whew, that is just messy. Look at all those guys. This is why we want the soul shards. It is really cool. Now, the one last thing before we go is that we can replace that. All I need to do is make another single one. I go kill whatever I want. Let's say I want blazes or enderman. I kill one enderman. I run over here and I right click on on that with the new one, and it replaces that, gives me the old one back, and it gives me the tier 5. So that's really cool. So I'm going to sit here and get a whole bunch of heads. You notice I've already got 10 because this guy's got looting on it. The other one didn't. So I'm going to collect me a whole bunch of heads because you know why we need them. All right. Have a good one, guys. I appreciate everything. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.